for the edit. Hello, friends. How are you? I hope that you got everything that you wanted for Christmas, and I hope you enjoyed yourself. Um, I did. I got to see my son, his girlfriend, and my adorable little grandson. Oh my God, he's just the cutest. He had a cute little outfit on, a cute little hat, shoes, vest, bow tie. He was so cute. Um, he was just fascinated. He's 6 months old. He's just fascinated by every little thing that was going on. He's just watching everything, and he loves to watch the kids. I have two grandkids, a 6 year old and a 9 year old, and he just loves watching them. So, yeah. So, if you remember, excuse me for this. No, about 3, 4 videos ago, when TT was giving out her motivational speeches, saying how to not look back at the past, and everything was sunshine and rainbows, and she was all better, and the past was the past and all that. And I told you, I didn't believe it, that she was going to go back and she was going to crash. Well, she crashed. And the funny thing about this video is, not only is she yet again attacking her ex, she's doing it right after they went live. And it's just a typical old style, Truthfully Trisha. Back to how she is. So she can smile and say she's better and she's new and improved and all this bullshit. But underneath all that is the same old Trisha. It's just waiting to pop out, and it's popped out. Okay, let's watch.
A babysitter who would try to extort money from me because I was working a job. Shit, y'all don't even know.
No, we don't.
But I was dedicated. And January 10th,
I'm saying
2009,
skinny.
I was in a car accident. Well, I'm skipping forward ahead. So I got the job. Then I was working in acquisitions and materials management for the Department of Veterans Administration. Prior to that, I was a program support specialist
I'm sorry,
for the Department of Veterans Administration, where I learned a lot of stuff. But prior to that, I was a telecommunications equipment operator for the Department of the Navy when I was 19 to 21.
I'm sorry the lights are dim and I keep moving this light. It's because I have an eye infection from a bad contact, and the light, the glare sometimes just pierces right through and it blinds me.
22. So I was in a car accident. I hit some ice and I went 180 degrees, whatever it was, like I was driving, and it flipped me around. And a car came at me head on and stopped. 2000, yeah, 2009. There's a lot of stuff I'm leaving out, but I'm just trying to get to where I'm going in the story.
You're leaving out the truth, probably.
I should have been dead from that. I wasn't dead from that. Then 2 weeks later, I was reading in the Providence Journal that a girl died, similar accident. I'm blessed. I'm blessed, y'all. So I restarted my business. But you know what my problem was? You know what the problem was? I didn't love me. I didn't know what love was. I felt that I was fractured. I felt that I was broken. All of those awful things, all of the losses, all of the hurt. I was constantly in court all of the time, fighting my son's father. So one day I had to go get paperwork where my daughter's father worked because she was a military child. And then that's when I met my ex-husband. He wasn't wearing a ring. There was no picture of a wife. He didn't even say he was married, but he was flirting with me. And for me, I didn't know the symptoms of narcissism. I didn't know what to look for.
Just look in the mirror.
I didn't know the red flags, all those things. He was flirting with me, and I took that attention. I needed that attention. And when I met him, he was broke. His ex-wife was taking him for everything that he had, and he painted this sob story of how much she was so horrible to him. This thing, because I had a business, I was making money, I was doing something.
See, she's already painting a story of negativity towards him. She's something else.
And he gave me that sob story. And he didn't have money. And he was raising 3 daughters, and he needed help. And of course, those who are broken like me, what do we want? That chance to fix something? I was a single mom with 2 kids. Here's a man who wants me to move into his house, who wants me to help take care of him. Patterns. It's patterns. He was going through a divorce, had kids, needed support.
Oh, and it's Trisha to the rescue, I suppose.
Yes, please pick me. I'll do it. I'll be Susie Homemaker. I'll cook, I'll clean, I'll give everything away. You don't want me to do it. No, you don't want me to do it. I won't do it. And I didn't do it.
It's so full of shit.
You don't need those sex toys. You don't need any of that.
So you were oversexed back then.
Give it up for me, because I love you. I want you. I was infatuated. It wasn't love. I was infatuated. And then the first hint of abuse happened was when I was cooking for him, and my phone ricocheted across the kitchen wall. He had just gotten into my emails. We had Blackberries back then. Way before touch screens and stuff, Blackberries were the thing. He bought me a Blackberry. Oh, how he loved me, the essence of me. The things that he used to say. I was so beautiful. I was so wonderful. I was all of the things to him. That was when he showered and worked out and had something decent about him.
See how she always has to put something. She'll be telling a story, and then she has to put somebody down in that story. Always.
But then the phone ricocheted across the kitchen. What just happened? He read through old emails.
Bullshit.
Screaming at me.
Bullshit.
Made me get into his truck and drove me down to the boat launch and screamed at me and screamed at me and screamed at me when I should have walked away. I should have said, fuck this man, I'm going home. This whole night he was having a PTSD flashback moment. He wasn't entirely over his ex-wife yet, so he took it out on me, and I had the problem, and I needed to suffer from that. I stuck around. I let him do that to me. He brings me roses the next day, tells me that he's sorry. He'll never treat me that way again. He would always bring me roses. But make dinner, do this. You don't need your business, but give me some money from it. Why would I lie about it? Like, what prize am I getting for lying? I don't get a prize.
You're just trying to poke people down. You're happy that way.
I get embarrassment. I get, what the fuck was I thinking? Was I that really fucked up that I allowed some guy to do that to me? But there's more.
Oh, sure there is.
He didn't mind that I spent the money to buy the things that he wanted or needed and things like that at the same time, because he was supporting his ex-wife. Little did I know his ex-wife was stealing things from me. Little did I know his ex-wife was doing things to build her arsenal against me.
Everybody's always
"Oh, take
against
my
him.
daughter to picture day. Take good care of my kids," she said while she was out banging her boyfriend. I cleaned up his house. I did all the laundry. I fixed all the things. I cleaned out his garage. When I met him, I bought new sheets. I bought everything. Like, his place was scum. But I wanted to prove myself. I could get that stain off that floor. I could make that. I'll do everything that his ex-wife could never do. I'll empty out those coffee cans full of cigarette ashes because I feel good. I feel good. I feel bad for the girl that's sitting at the computer.
What?
His 3 beautiful daughters. I gave, you know what? And I didn't have a bed growing up. And when his daughter didn't have a bed, who gave her a bed? Who got her a bed? I got her a bed. All of my savings, all of the things, what did I do to improve somebody else in their life? I'm crazy, you know. So when the ex-wife moved all of her stuff out, he gave her everything. I moved my stuff in, bought a new washer, bought a new dryer, did all of that stuff to prove something that I never needed to prove to anyone.
Yeah.
So in 2010, actually 2009, he did that. 2010 stuff, but the first time he did those things to me with the broomstick.
Okay, we're gonna skip through that because he makes it sound like something bad happened, and I don't believe it for 1 minute. Because we never heard that story. Just suddenly, where are we at? We are at what, 118? Let's skip ahead to 120. Damn, I am so bad at this. 19. Skip ahead to 120. Oh.
He would break everything, and I'd be there to clean it up. Break everything. It was my fault. Because he would say to me, well, nobody else would want to be with you. You're not good for anything else. You're not going to leave me. You're in it now. That's why I call him Ike. For all the times he'd brutalize me, all the times, the things that he would say. Oh, but it couldn't have been that bad. Why'd you stay for so long? Because I moved out of my apartment. I moved into his place. Oh, shit. That was a damn good thing I didn't move out of my house. Oh, my God. This time, this moment, light bulb moment. Because when I moved out of my apartment and moved into his house, I had nowhere else to go. My parents said I couldn't come home. Then my mother said she didn't give a shit that my fiance, well, how he became my fiance, after he beat the shit out of me that very last time.
That very last time. Meaning it didn't happen again. So that everything you say after this very last time is bullshit.
I said, I want to break up with you. And my ex-husband said he would marry me, but he was still married to somebody else. He was still married to somebody else. How can you be married to somebody else and have a fiance?
I have it, me.
So then he would blame it all on his PTSD. would say he did it from the war because he would tell me all of these stories. He would tell me all these stories about how a man died in his arms, but the guy who died in his arms was in Baghdad, and he was in Baghdad because when I found out the truth. He'd tell me all these stories that he was a recon scout, that he was in reconnaissance. No! My ex-boyfriend was a real scout. My ex-boyfriend was a real sniper. My ex-boyfriend was a real motherfucking man.
Sure.
So when you have to compare a liar to a real man. So Ike would tell me Ted told me he was a recon scout. He was all of these things, but it didn't show up on his DD-214. And my ex-boyfriend showed me what to look for, and it was never there. So then in 2010, one of the last times at that point, he beat the shit out of me.
Come on.
He went so far as taking a nail out of the wall and scratching his forehead and saying that my nails lacerated his face that way, but I wasn't arrested. They didn't arrest me. My daughter saw it. My daughter saw it when he'd ripped the cabinets off the walls.
Okay. So she said once before and then now that her daughter had witnessed certain events and these events. So then I heard this before. Why in court did her daughter not say she saw anything? Just asking for a friend.
My daughter saw him bang my head on the wall. My daughter saw him do all that stuff to me.
So then why didn't she ever say anything?
Kicking me. All the things.
So much
Why did
bullshit.
I stay? And do you really think I made love with that man? But no, you know what he did? He'd scare away my son's father, and my son's father couldn't hurt me. So that's why the utility of one over the other.
What? You're kidding.
And that's how I got the police report, because they believed me. But what I had to do, because he was going to get kicked out of the army if I didn't recant my story and say, oh no, didn't happen. I was crazy. That was Bear. It was Bear that barked.
Wait. Is she trying to say that she recanted the story so he wouldn't get kicked out of the army? Oh, God, you are so full of shit.
So the army didn't kick him out, but they filed a letter of memorandum of whatever because he was an adulterer. He wanted to stay married to give his ex-wife 20/20. Meanwhile, that's when she started hating on me and stealing my stuff and setting up the kids against me. That's when she started hating on me, when she realized...
What, that you're a liar?
She had to do something, because behind my back, he was still carrying on something with her. So they moved down to Georgia, and they lived there for a while. He signed another lease with her. And guess what? They got evicted. She got evicted. And it went on his credit report after I was married. So we couldn't get a house. So after 2012, when he beat the shit out of me again, and if you go on the Portsmouth patch, that was the date of his arrest, and it all got dropped because I said he had PTSD.
Okay.
My ex-boyfriend never...
I'm going to stop it here because it just goes on and on and on about how her ex beat the shit out of her, etc., etc. I don't believe it for 1 minute. because we have video of her um, saying that he is beating her, and she's calling him all kinds of names, screaming for him to get out of the house. Um, and there's even a point where she slams the door in his face as he's trying to walk through a room. She says she didn't, but you can actually see she's holding the camera or the phone, whatever it is, in one hand, and you can see a slight movement right before the door shuts. So she's a liar. She's a fake. And I knew the old Trisha was hiding beneath this beautiful new happy Trisha. And it was going to come out. And it did. So I just wanted to show that there's a lot more. There's a lot more lies. There's a lot more fake crying. So all you people commenting on, oh, poor Trisha, oh, I believe you, oh, how sad. It's a bunch of bullshit. Okay? Um, you just got sucked into her lies, and she's got you believing her, and she'll turn on you too. So that's it, folks. I am going to eat because I am starving, and I will see you guys another time. Don't know what I'm going to do yet. I need new content. Yeah, I'm so thirsty. My mouth is sticking together. Um, I do new content. What would you guys like to see me do? Within, yeah. What would you guys like to see me do? Is there someone you would like me to react to? Is there something you'd like to see me do? Um, I don't know. I'm running out of things to do. I don't really enjoy doing reaction videos unless it's really good. However, I do have something coming up on Foodie Beauty because this poor girl is a train wreck and she's doing it all to herself. But let me know in the comments if there's something you would like to see me do. I don't have much talent. I'll let you know that. Um, yeah, let me know. And I will see you guys later. Bye now.